I realized after I became a mom that nursing wasn't for me. My cup 90% of the time is empty. So pull from your IUL policy, tax-free. Tax-free. God knew what he was doing. Thinking about doing a back with another video. So we're just doing a life update today. It's been a while since I had like a sit down video and just talk to y'all, so I decided to do a life update because I have a lot of new stuff going on. So let's get into it. All right, so career wise, let's start there. As far as career, everybody know I'm a nurse. I work in postpartum. I dropped down from full-time to doing part-time, so I work 2 days a week. I also do OBGYN triage from home, and with that I work about 2 to 4 days a week. I decided to start and transition to working from home because I felt like I had mom guilt, basically. I had mom guilt. I felt like I was always at work, literally working 3 days a week, but I felt like I was always at work because I was working those 312, and every time I used to go to work, my daughter would cry. So it was just like, I'm doing too much. Like I'm drained when I leave work, and then I can't be the mom that I want to be. I'm not like 100% in mommy mode. You know, I'm kind of drained when I come home. So I decided to drop down to part-time, and I started doing work from home. Work from home, it's cool. It's cool. And something else I started, if y'all see me looking down, it's because I wrote down all the stuff on my paper so I can remember what I want to talk about. But something else I started was life insurance. With that, I decided to do that because I want to help people. My passion is helping people. That's one reason why I started nursing. But I realized after I became a mom that nursing wasn't for me. I feel like I'm pouring out more to others than to my daughter, than to myself. So it's like, it's draining. So I was like, okay, let's shake something up. Let's switch it around. And I decided to do this, and it'll help me still serve people, help people, but just in a different way. Helping people leave stuff behind for their children, their loved ones. So that's what I'm doing right now. I do want to go into more depth of what that is. Okay, so with life insurance, there's like 4 different things. It's more than 4, but I just focus on 4 different ways that you can do it. So the first one is like the cheapest one. It's term life with living benefits. I recommend this for a lot of younger people. If you're in your 20s to get this. The only thing with it, it's only for a term. So term means temporary, basically. With a temporary life insurance policy, you only, say you do like a 30-year term. So after those 30 years, if you don't pass away within those 30 years, you don't get anything from it. Your family's not getting paid out. So it is cheaper though, so a lot of younger people decide to do that. But if you decide to do term, make sure you do term with living benefits. And living benefits means while you're alive, say you get sick, you have cancer, you get diagnosed with a chronic illness, something that takes you out of your work, you can pull from your life insurance policy, use those living benefits and pay for expenses. You can pay for bills, like different things, to just make sure you're still afloat even though you're out of work. So that's the way you can use term living benefit. Another thing we focus on is whole life. With whole life, it's basically your whole life. It's permanent. You have one set premium. So say you start with $50, you'll have that one set $50 once a month. It'll come out your bank account automatically, and it doesn't change, it doesn't increase. If you want to add more, you can add more, but starting out with that 50, it's your whole life. So with whole life, you also generate cash value. So it's like your money accumulates, and that's something that's good because you can also pull that out like living benefits if you may need it at all during your life. The only thing with the cash value with whole life, say you pass away, your family doesn't get the cash value. They only get the death benefit. So that's one thing I like to tell clients, just make sure you see this number, this cash value, and the death benefit. If you pass away, your family member only gets that death benefit, not the cash value. So have IULs, are expensive depending on like how much you decide to put in it, but I literally pay $50 a month for my daughter's IUL policy. Fun fact about IULs, it's just like a regular whole life policy, but it's more flexible. You can use it for different things. Like for my daughter specifically, I put $50 a month in there for her. So by the time she's 18, 19, getting ready to go to college, we'll have a large amount of cash value that has built up. And I can pull that out to pay for her education when she wants to go to college. I can pay for her first car, like different stuff like that. As far as like being an adult with an IUL, for example, for me, I put in a lot more for my IUL only because I got it. I feel like I got it so late, but I mean, I'm only 27, so it is still early, but I feel like I got it late. So I wanted to have more accumulate faster, so I put more in. But say you only want to put $100 in it, that's fine. As an adult, like say you want to do property investing, or you want to start a business, you can pull from your IUL policy tax-free. If you pull from your IUL policy, it'll decrease your death benefit, but you don't have to pay it back unless you want to. Now, if you decide to pay it back, great, but you don't, it's not like a mandatory you have to pay this back. It's like you're borrowing from your own bank, like you're your own bank. I feel like that's a big reason why I decided to do an IUL policy, because I do want to do more property investing. So I'd rather pull from my own self instead of having to get loans from banks and use credit cards and all this other debt. I ain't got time for that. You have to be your healthiest, like your healthiest. I recommend if you want to do an IUL policy, stop smoking, because smoking can decrease your chances of getting it. Certain health conditions can decrease your chance of getting an IUL. You have to be really, really healthy. I personally got denied by one company, and I had to just reapply with other companies, but I got denied because of a chronic illness. Like, you have to be really, really healthy. Like, say I would have applied for one. I got diagnosed with the chronic illness in 2021, I think. So say I applied for an IUL in 2020, I probably would have got accepted, no problem. You know, with my daughter, I had high blood pressure and all that. So like, they look at everything. They look at your full medical history. So it's definitely recommended that you get it when you're your healthiest, when you're your youngest. So that's what I recommend for a lot of kids. Like, it's so easy. It literally took my daughter, the first company that we applied for IUL with my daughter got accepted, no problem, because she didn't have any history. Now, she was premature, so they asked questions about like different medications that she was on, but it wasn't like as hard as me getting one, you know, at 27. So that's a fun fact. And then the last thing we focus on is final expenses. This is the part everybody don't really like to talk about, but it's reality. Like, there's an imaginary clock ticking all the time, and we never know when it stops, you know. So as far as final expenses, it's more a burial, cremation type talk. Just basically what you want to leave behind for your family to pay for your funeral expenses, your cremation expenses. If you have like debt as well, that you want them to be able to use your own money to pay for it, you know, they don't have to pull out from their pockets. That's what final expenses is for. I see so many people doing fish fries, doing GoFundMes. This is the way that you tell your family you love them without being here, because they don't have to do fish fries. They don't have to do GoFundMes to raise money for your funeral. 24 to 48 hours, they can be paid out your death benefit, you know, as soon as you pass away. So they don't have to worry about raising money and doing different things. So those are the 4 different types of income protection planning that we do. You can definitely comment below if you want more information on it. You can always send me a message on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @EssenceOfJess. Just let me know if you want any more information on it, if you need any help getting a policy. Yeah, that's that on insurance. Moving on. So my mommy life, y'all. My mommy life has been a roller coaster. So as far as mommy life, it's a lot of things I wish I would have known before becoming a mom, but I'm gonna put that in another video, because I feel like that's something that needs to be separate for moms that like are like, oh, I want a kid, and they don't have kids yet. Like, girl, wait. hold up. I'm definitely gonna make another video about that, but overall I think for me it's more of like mom guilt because I'm trying to do so much. I'm trying to make sure everything's in alignment before she starts to get to the age of being more aware of what's going on. So I don't want her to see me as, oh, my mom, all she did was work, you know. So I'm trying to like grind and get to it while she's young and she's not really understanding like what's going on. She's like, oh, I'm going by my grandmother, that's it, you know. I want her to realize like my mom was always there. My mom took me on vacations, and I want her to remember that part of me. So while she's still young, I'm trying to like grind and get everything under control. So when she's older and more aware, she's just focusing on like, she's just noticing like how I'm always there. So mommy life has, like I said, been a roller coaster. I feel like since I've switched to working from home, I'm home more, but I'm still working. So with working from home, I can't have her right next to me because I'm talking to patients all the time, and with life insurance, I'm talking to clients. So it's like I can't have her right next to me, but I'm home more compared to being at the hospital working those 12-hour shifts. So that's kind of working out for me. But it has definitely been hard. She's in that phase of being very clingy. So she wants mommy to hold her. She wants mommy to do this. She wants mommy to do that. And I'm just like, I'm overstimulated. Let's be fair, I'm overstimulated. So that's just something we're working on, trying to get her out of that phase of being so clingy. She still sleeps in the bed with us. That's something we're working on. Potty training we're working on. So mommy life is just like all over right now, but overall I'm still happy, grateful for my daughter. God knew what he was doing. God definitely knew what he was doing, because I feel like if I wouldn't have had her, I would not be doing the things that I'm doing now. I probably would be working, but like spending all the cash, not saving, not investing in different things. So he knew what he was doing. He definitely knew what he was doing. Something else, mommy wise, I am interested in thinking about doing a mom retreat for my birthday. So my birthday is in November, and I think I would probably do it like the beginning of November. My birthday is November 2nd, so I'm thinking about that weekend of my birthday doing a mom retreat. I'm not sure where I want to do it at yet, but I definitely feel like I want to get a group of moms together so we can just like relax, regroup. I do have an idea of bringing a mom that I kind of look up to, bring her out there wherever I decide to do it at, and let her just like talk to different moms, just like be like motivation. So that's something that's on my radar for this year, something that I want to do. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And then hold on, your girl is basically like an author. She an author. She created her own journals. She created her own journals. Y'all, I am so excited about my journals. This was the original one I created, and it was just more for me to basically reflect and have self-growth. It's basically like I have a quote in the beginning, and then the quote will be followed up with a journal prompt. So I love journaling. I actually have a journal that I'll show y'all, and I don't know if y'all watch Beauty Is Her Name on Instagram, on Facebook and YouTube, but she, like the past few years, she's been journaling, just kind of like keeping up with different things that goes on in her life, and she had it to where her kids would get that, once she passed away. So I was like, that's smart. So I started doing that, but I also like answering journal prompts, if that makes sense. So that's when I created this, and I named it Journey to Growth for Self-Growth. And I was like, girl, a lot of people like to do this too. Like, why you not creating it for other people? So I decided to do that. Divine Rose Creations is my business, and you can find these on Amazon. If you click the link in my bio, you can find link to my Amazon storefront. But I am so excited about this. I love how clean it looks like. Get into it. Just so sleek and clean. And I love how I put like different quotes in there, because sometimes I feel like as a nurse, I'm always pouring into other people, like I said. So I feel like I'm not pouring into myself enough. My cup is empty. I'm not gonna even lie. My cup, 90% of the time, is empty. So I felt like this is a way for me to be able to pour back into myself, kind of reflect, kind of regroup. And I definitely had to make one for the mamas. I'm not gonna forget y'all, because I know how it is, feeling overwhelmed as a mom. So I created this. Both are on Amazon, but this one is tailored specifically to mothers. And I just love it. I love it. I definitely want to do more. So this one is for self-growth. This one is for mothers, like finding peace or whatever. I'm trying to find that quote that I like in here. This is my favorite quote in here. It says, "You are doing better than you think you are." Y'all, as mothers, I feel like we don't give ourselves a lot of grace. We don't give ourselves a lot of acknowledgement. I definitely feel like when I became a mom, I was already hard on myself, but once I became a mom, y'all, I really be hard on myself. Like, any wrong thing, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? But it's like you're doing better than what you think. Like, and a lot of people are like, when my daughter turned 1, she knew her name, she knew her numbers, she could count to 20, she knew her ABCs. Like, she knew all this different stuff because me and my mom helped her. But it was like, I felt like I was still lacking, she was still lacking. And then my coworker one day, she was like, "Girl, she's 1, she's doing all that. You're doing a good job." And I'm like, man, I might be doing something right, you know? So we're very hard on ourselves as mothers. So that's my favorite quote that I added in that journal. But yes, y'all, your girl is a author. So you can always find these on Amazon. Click the link in my bio for my Amazon storefront for these. So yeah, that's it for this life update. I just wanted to hop in, give y'all a video, let y'all know what's going on, what I'm doing, what I'm planning to do, and just let y'all know that I'm here to help. I mean, if you need help with anything, I am here, and I will be back with more videos. I am in my content bag. I will be doing more videos. I actually did this wig the other day, so I need to add that reel in short, so stay tuned for that. I don't know about this color on me. My coworker was like, "Okay, Ashanti," and I was like, okay. But yes, y'all, just stay tuned. I'll have more videos coming, more education coming. So yeah, I hope y'all are having a great week, a great day, and just be happy. Like, life is too short. Just be happy in the moment, be in the present. I notice a lot of times I'm so focused on the future that I'm not in the present. So just take a moment today and just breathe. Okay, just breathe and get through the day. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.